Hello, and a warm welcome to the customer success story of Simplee AG, which implemented a fully automated survey creation process for their customers, B2C, leveraging the Odoo survey app. In this talk, you will learn what advantages it has to optimize your offer creation process and how this can be implemented in Odoo using the Odoo standard survey app, a publicly available OCA module, and only minimal customization on top of that. With me presenting from the customer side today will be Nick Deck from Simplee AG, who will present you with valuable insights on how the process has changed and how value was added to the company. My name is Maximilian Rau. I'm leading a consulting team at Much Consulting, especially specialized for service clients. We are overall over 80 consultants and engineers across Portugal and Munich, specialized in 5 teams in manufacturing, services, enterprise, e-commerce, and we have implemented over 200 Odoos overall. We have a strong consulting approach, and we try to stick to Odoo standard as much as possible. But at the same time, we are focusing on optimizing and automating processes for our clients. And with that, I would like to give the word to Nick to tell us more about the offer creation process at Simplee.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Max. So let me quickly lose a few words about Simplee itself and also about myself before we're actually jumping into our use case. Simplee is a company which was founded in 2019 in Zurich by 2 people with let's say as their core business, or we decide as our core business is the distribution of EV chargers. Now, starting in the e-mobility area, you will learn like pretty fast that it's not just simply done with distribution of EV chargers, right? There is a lot of complexity which comes with it, and also like a lot of knowledge which is needed, and that we also saw from our clients, right? There was a strong request to know how, and it was a strong request of also consulting services. So with, over the time, we also we extended our product palette and also went into now offering consulting services for big real estate owners which want to implement big charging infrastructures, but also for electricians, because as I said, like the e-mobility is complex. It's not just plug in and then charge. Furthermore, we are then also we extended it. We're selling more accessories to it. We're also doing technical support to it, and our big goal and our vision is to get to become the e-mobility, the knowledge hub for e-mobility in Switzerland. About myself, I'm Nick. I'm head digital or CTO from Simplee. I am there since 2.5 years, leading now a team of 4. Simplee in total is now 60 people. So the business grew quite a bit over time. Just like a tiny little Odoo pitch. I don't have to dive into much details here. We all know startup operations. It's not always very efficient, right? We have 100 Excel sheets. We have 50 different applications. We have redundancies. We have a lot of managerial processes. We're not ready to scale. We're not automated. Therefore, we went to Odoo, and when we say, okay, we go for an all-in approach, we mean all-in. So we have a huge footprint, or let's say a pretty big footprint or Odoo has a big footprint in Simplee. Not only the sales, e-commerce, website, accounting modules, but also like inventory, manufacturing, all the internal processes, time reporting, you name it. Also we have a pretty big implementation on our side. That's going to be important when we jump now to the use case, which I'm doing now. All right, so as I mentioned, e-mobility is complex, and over the years we developed all the services with this products, as just mentioned, which then also makes the whole sales process very complex, right? You have to imagine you have a certain product number 1, and that actually requires a service number 1, because as soon as you choose it, it has to be installed, it has to be set up, etc., right? So you need the product with the service. But then, if you have another product, you need another service, and you can have like either kind of combination. So That makes it really, complex and pretty time consuming. Why is that like that in the e-mobility industry? It's just like the configurations which have to be booked for specific setups are complex. Like you can do load balancing with huge buildings. You can implement huge infrastructures with 50, 100, 200, 1,000 charging points, and they need to be configured, right? So you can also pre-configure some backplates to enable the kickstart, basically now the charging after. So it is complex, right? And therefore, the sales process is as well. Looking at the sales process itself, right, we have an interest from the client. We have a consulting with the client, right? So, okay, what are actually your needs? What do you want to do? Then we have meetings and calls with them, right? We discuss, okay, we want to have this product, but then this service, yes, because that matches with that. But we also have another product. This one is needed for this one because you can't do by yourself unless you do it for the second time. Also, it has like, it has a complexity, right? We construct the sales orders, we discuss them again, we send them out, and we wait for feedback, and maybe they convert, maybe they don't, right? So what you see here, we spend up to 10 days per month for these custom quotations, for these custom offerings, and it takes over an hour, even more, to create one of them, right? And here we are not talking about like the huge infrastructures. We're not talking about six digits quotation or the higher 5-digit quotations. We are talking about the medium-sized quotations, because like the bigger the infrastructure, of course, we want to offer consulting, we do quality. But on the lower side, like it's just like it's almost, I would not say not worth, but like the effort is almost too high to invest for such let's say small revenue which you can generate from these kind of medium-sized offerings. And therefore we actually wanted to implement this solution where we have a clear defined decision tree which a customer can follow, and which we can then automate the whole process, right? So together with our colleagues from Much, with our friends from Much, or partners from Much even more, we stripped down all the requirements. We really nailed as we did the analysis, we nailed down the requirements. We identified the ideal module to create such an automation, of basically to build such decision trees within the application. What it came down to is, yeah, we're going to use the survey module. Survey module makes absolutely sense, right? Because in the survey module you have questions, and you can then also have like limited visibility based on certain answers, and you can build up like all these kind of trees and leading you there, like going in one direction or going into the other direction. So what was needed then for in the surveys module, in the standard implementation, or in the standard module? Yeah, we need to link those answers actually to products, right? Because if you have a certain answer, then it can already mean, okay, we have a product which the client wants to buy. How many does he wants to buy? Depending on the product he chooses. And then which services are you going to offering? So it's next question coming. And with the linkage, or let's say when we tie, or have the possibility to tie products or services to survey answers, we can then actually create one form where the customer can follow this decision tree, where can just answer it through, and then in the background it automatically creates a sales order. This sales order is then automatically sent to the client, and we just get a notification. So when we invested like an hour or more before to get to this point, to have this tailor-made, customized quotation out at the client, now we just get the notification to the corresponding sales representative. And that was like, that was basically the twist. So that's the core part of these features, or of this feature. Let me see if I forgot something. No, so where are you going to jump in now quickly to have a look and feel? We wanted to do a live demo, but like the full customization is only available in our production system. That's a bit too much of confidential data there, so we're going to do it with screenshots. I hope you don't bother. So what we did here is, that's just like the landing page of our homepage. So what we did, we created the survey, and we exposed it on our landing page, but hidden in the portal. So you have a visibility rule on this page where only portal users can access this. We need the clients, the customers, or the partners to log in, because we need their information in the background, where to send it to. And also like, we have to have certain, also we want to get to know our customers up front before we expose them to our world of services and products, right? So therefore we hide it behind the portal wall, if you want to say so, but as soon as you're in, you have it right on the top menu, and then you can basically, that's how the survey looks like, right? It comes with pictures, of course. It looks like a little bit like the web shop which we have, but it's a web shop on steroids, if you want to say so, because now you have the visibility rules in the back, right? So you choose product 1, and then pops up the question 2. So for example, if you use charging points, if you select chargers, then you have to, you can then also book, like if you want us to set them up for you, if you want to have us to configure them. Like usually we strongly recommend that we do that always, but there is technically a possibility that you don't do, but you want to have this service with you, especially when you do it for the first time. Or same with, if you have equalizer products where you want to have a load balancing with the building, we need to configure that, right? But that comes up when you select these kind of products. So within 2 minutes, the customer is through and has his fully customized sales order with filling out this survey, this one. And now, as mentioned in the background, we are getting the sales order. We can also, as we have also the thing like the sections, we can set it up that it also looks pretty pretty for the end customer, of course, right? And you see also on the right hand side, mail is sent out automatically. So it's yeah, it's a super cool feature, and it saves us like a lot of time. It doesn't look that crazy or spectacular, but it's very, very, very effective, very efficient. So like we're saving a lot of effort here. Plus, it converts, right? So that I don't want to take that away. Now I'm giving it back a bit to Max, and then he can give you a little bit insight more into the details of the programming.
Thanks, Nick, for explaining the process. But how did we implement this on a technical level? On a technical level, I already spoiled it a little bit. We went for a very cost-efficient solution here by using the Odoo standard core survey app to be able to do all the twists and depending answers of each other. On top of that, we used an OCA module, which is publicly available on the internet, to enhance this, to be able to link answers to certain products and also quantities. And therefore, this enabled us to automatically create an offer in the background. And on top of that, we only need minimal customization to automatically dispatch this order to our clients. And of course, we also made it pretty at some point, but the core thing is really the survey app and the OCA module, which is also very well maintained.
Yeah, it's one of those OCA modules which is actually pretty good. Like, I don't know what's your experience with the OCA modules. Not all of them are like super reliable always, but that's one of them which is like really good. And but also like what Mach did in the background, that really untied the knots where there were some, and like enhanced the automation. So I think we got a cool product, like also a cool feature in the end here, right?
Yes. This feature was launched in August 2023, and until then, over 500 surveys have been created. 551
until today, I just checked.
51, okay.
551.
Yeah, and also reaching an amazing conversion rate of 50%. And this is thanks to an also enhanced lead quality you're getting, right? If someone contacts you after filling out the survey, you have all the survey answers and products they might be interested in, so you can really tailor your response to the customer. And at the same time, it also acts like a filter to filter out customers or leads that are actually not interested in your products, or for which the first quote was so much expensive that they declined it immediately. At the same time, additionally, Simplee saves over 10 days a month of manual labor, which would have cost it to create the quotes manually and tailor the quotes exactly to the needs of the client and follow this decision tree structure. And on top of that, this feature is available 24/7 on the website, which means you're never missing out on leads. Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening in, and now
yeah, we're a little bit early here. They're not yet ready for Q&As.
any questions in this round?
Also stand up and shout. We're not that many.
Okay, I see none. Then feel free to visit us at our booth. We are right at the front entrance with a coffee machine. You get a free coffee if you come by. And I wish you guys a happy, nice experience.
Beautiful expo. And cheers soon.